And so now I got a few more lines of text here that I haven't worked with. I'm going to go through those as well. After the P command down here, and by the way, you can resize these windows as you feel is necessary, or you can go ahead and just look at your code view. I'm going to go to the I'm going to go ahead and kind of space that up and just look at the next lines down. The next two lines, UL and OL, are very similar. And you see the parentheses here says, don't forget the LI. The LI and greater than, less than symbol brackets is another tag you'll need. I don't really need the parentheses. I'll go ahead and delete that or backspace that to get rid of it. But I do need that LI command. So the first thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to separate UL. I'll start with UL here. And I'll just backspace it and move it up a space. UL stands for unordered list. Unordered list is like a list with bullets. Okay, so in order for this to work, what I need to do is hit a couple spaces, hit a couple return breaks, and I'll type greater than sign LI, that means listed item, and then less than sign. And I'll just type this is listed item 1. Or it might be easier just say item 1. Okay, item 1. And then what you want to do is close that by typing greater than sign /li. And it'll finish that for you in Dreamweaver. If you want to, you can either hit tab or you can hit space a couple times. I'd recommend, hitting it the same amount of times each time, and you can indent that. That helps you see it or read it a little bit easier. I'm going to go ahead and copy that and paste it down here, and this will be listed item number 2. Okay, and you can do that as many times as you want. As I do that, and again, I'd recommend item 3, same amount of indentions, same amount of space there. As you do that, if I look at split view, let me move this window down a little bit. Scroll down here. You see that this actually makes bullets. If you're in live view, if you're in design view, it also does bullets. Okay, so unordered list and listed item, UL and LI, make these bulleted items. Okay, now this is really important when you go to make CSS-based menus, those menus that you hover over and they glow and they pop out and they do other things. This leads into other more advanced skills, other advanced tasks that you'll have. But this is what is used to make this. And of course, like if you were listing out the best cars of the 20th century, you could list out, car 1, car 2, car 3. You can make this functional. Now, the next one down is OL. OL is similar to UL. Again, you don't need this parentheses, but you do need the LI for OL to work. OL stands for ordered list. So while UL stands for unordered list, OL stands for unordered list. OL stands for ordered list. UL stands for unordered list. And again, within that space, you'll type greater than sign LI, less than sign, and whatever you want to type in here, and then go ahead and close that. Okay, or you can copy what you've already done. I'll go ahead and copy that and paste it down here. Now when I paste this in place, it looks the same. The only difference really is the UL turns into a OL. The U turns into an O. You got to have the same closing tag, by the way. Okay, when you do that, you'll see that this actually makes numbers. So OL makes numbers. So this right here, when you highlight it, you'll see it highlights your command right there. And you could have, again, best cars of the 20th century, and you list them out there, and then you'll see numbers. So that's the difference in OL and UL when you put them together. Now, even if you don't have a space in between these two commands, you're going to have a space in your web page. And again, look at live view. It gives you a little bit more realistic rendering of what this web page is going to look like. Doesn't look like much, but it is coming together. And of course, when you look at this in different browsers, you might see it renders different ways. So try it in several different browsers. I've just been trying it in Firefox, but if you try it in different browsers, you may see it looks a little different in different browsers. Okay, now in conjunction with that, let's see what the next one is that I've got here. Okay, image source. I tell you what, I'm going to come back to image source, img src. I'm going to come back to that one. I'm going to go ahead and skip down a couple. I'm going to go ahead and do the next one down. I'll come back to image source. I'm actually going to move that one maybe right here. Okay, I'll come back to that. Now this one says style equals color red, and it's got parentheses inside the start of a tag. Refer to the example. And you can change the color. You don't need any of the parentheses, so I'm going to delete that out of there. There's no parentheses really in the code, at least not what we're typing out for the browser to render, but it says color red. Now, I pasted this in here. See how those quotes are curly? When we type quotes in Dreamweaver, they should be straight up and down. That's a big thing. So if you ever type quotes, or if you ever paste quotes, I should say, and they paste curly, it's not going to work. You actually will have to replace these quotes with quotes by retyping them straight up and down. Now, that's still not going to do anything. What I have to do is I have to add this to one of my previously made tags. And this is where I'm going to start breaking these tags apart. So, for example, I'll take this third listed item. Let's see if I can see that here. Up here, third listed item is in black text. If I take this where it says LI and right at the beginning tag, the opening tag, type space, I'm breaking this apart, space between the greater than, or excuse me, the less than sign and the LI. So space, you just want one space, but that space goes right there. Okay. You know, you might not see a dot. I've changed my view so y'all see a dot, but type a space. That's all you got to type. And then type what I've got down here. And it says style equals quote color. Dreamweaver's trying to help me as I'm doing this. Just ignore that if you can. Colon. See, it says color right here. I'm going to go ahead and type red, just like is in my example, and then type end quote. I'm going to use that menu in a second, show you how to use that. So right now I've got LI, just like the line before it. I just typed style equals quote color red. Now the new Dreamweaver types your different commands in different colors, your text in different colors. If you see nothing changed up here, click once in your live view and it changes. Okay, so now you see that item 3 is now red. Let me try that again. Let me do that with another. Let's do that with item 2. This time I'll do a different color. I'll type LI space style equals, and basically the same thing as the line below it, quote color colon. Now this time if you want to click the word color, go ahead and click it. You see that this panel comes open, and you can actually move it up and down, choose any color you want. And if you were to choose a color, let's say blue, this blue, I'll hit return. It enters that color as a code. That code stands for that blue color. And when you hover over that code, it shows the color. When you hover over the red, it shows the red color. Just be sure to add that end quote. And if I click up here, it should change my color of item 2 if I did everything right. In some cases, it doesn't render quite right away. So what you might have to do is switch to design view, then switch back to live view. This is one of those little quirks. It might be corrected in future versions of Dreamweaver, but now you see it's that aqua color. See that? So I just switched to design view, and then I switched back to live view. That's all I did, and it fixed it. Sometimes you have to hit refresh right here, and it refreshes. Sometimes it doesn't work. Let me try that one more time. Let me go ahead and break up the UL. Now, the UL, if I break this up, it's going to affect all 3 of these unordered listed items. So I'll type out after the code UL, type space bar. I'll type style equals quote color, and you can click the word color. If you click this, see it goes in and types a colon for you. I'll go ahead and this time I'll type a word. You can choose any word you can think of. Pink, purple, whatever you want. I'll do pink. End quote. Click once up here, and it didn't render it right away, so let me do that thing. I'll switch it back to design view, then back to live view, and you see now it's pink. Sometimes it takes a little jostling to get that to work. So pink, purple, lavender, try other colors, and you probably will see that they all will work. And of course, if you want to try the code, that number, that will also work as well. If you decide, hey, I want to change this color, you can always backspace, type colon again, and you'll see the word color comes up, and you can double click that word color and choose the color of your choice. Hit return. Be sure to type the end quote. That's very important. And then that should work. Again, you might have to refresh it a couple times for that to work. And you'll see it comes to be that color. So that's adding that style color. Okay, so I've got a couple more to add. I'll go ahead and do those in the next video.